I absolutely love everything that Caitlin Clark stands for and what she has done for the women's game.
NBA star Reggie Miller is one of the most influential voices in the always contentious world of sports commentary. Miller, who is well known for his scathing remarks, intense loyalty, and unwavering self-assurance, never backs down from a fight. However, no one was ready for the ferocious conviction and emotional intensity in his statements when he recently stood up for rising basketball star Caitlin Clark. What was said in Reggie Miller's bold message, and why did he defend her? Come along as we reveal Reggie Miller's justification for Caitlin Clark. Reggie Miller's audacious declaration. When something truly upsets him, Reggie Miller has never been the kind to remain silent. Reggie established his career by getting inside his opponents' minds and disrupting their game. He is regarded as one of the best shooters and most daring trash talkers in NBA history. He didn't call for calm when he witnessed what Caitlin Clark had been going through on the court recently. He didn't ask anyone to hold off. Rather, he made an audacious and startling claim. He said, "Maybe it's time for Caitlin to stand up and slap somebody." At first glance, that may seem severe, but Reggie wasn't kidding. He was furious when he said that. His own rage, not Caitlin's. Since Reggie has a comprehensive view, he witnesses the pushing and shoving that goes beyond typical play, the hard fouls, and the cheap shots. He observes that other players and league officials are silent, how nobody is taking action to keep her safe. Furthermore, he believes that silence speaks louder than any whistle. Reggie's message is straightforward. You don't just let a player like Caitlin Clark take hits when she's not only talented but also attracting millions of new fans, increasing ratings, and raising awareness of the sport. You keep her safe. You stand up for her. You ensure that the league places equal importance on her safety and skill. Reggie has had enough, though, because nobody appears to be doing that. And for that reason, he said what he did. Well-known legends backed Caitlin. What about other well-known legends? Did they support her as well? Let's investigate. Caitlin Clark is supported by legends. The entire world listens to renowned NBA players when they talk. These men are the ones who created the game, not because they have to. They have fought for titles, put up with the turmoil, and remained at the core of basketball's greatest moments. You can tell something major is going on when celebrities like Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, George Gervin, and even Jeff Teague begin discussing Caitlin Clark. This isn't your typical sports conversation. This marks a sea change. They aren't using tactful, safe compliments to maintain their good standing with the league. What they're doing is far more honest and raw. They are criticizing the media, the league, and even the players. They're also giving names. These aren't online celebrities or journalists. The names of these heroes are displayed on the rafters. The NBA's current form was influenced by the same legends. They are now pointing to Caitlin Clark and expressing what many have been afraid to express aloud. They're not merely complimenting her. They're exerting force. The WNBA is under pressure to safeguard and advance its best star. Pressure on the media to refrain from promoting hateful and envious narratives. Players who have viewed Caitlin more as a threat than a teammate are under pressure. Why? Because the WNBA could lose what it has been frantically pursuing for over 25 years if this isn't handled correctly. Genuine, enduring significance. There is more at stake here than just another gifted rookie. It concerns a player who has the potential to revolutionize the sport as a whole. Caitlin Clark has been dubbed the Tiger Woods of women's basketball by some. If she's not playing, nobody's watching, some people state frankly. These aren't crazy views. These are harsh realities that, up until now, only myths dared to mention. And Jeff Teague comes next. He didn't arrive at the table wearing a coat and tie, practicing his lines, or making remarks that the company had approved. He spoke as if he were your relative who had to speak up after watching the game. He didn't mince words when Caitlin Clark was mentioned. "Ain't nobody going to watch basketball if she ain't playing," he stated simply. A former NBA All-Star recently acknowledged that the WNBA's viewership is being carried by a single player. He wasn't attempting to make her feel like the greatest person ever. All he was doing was being honest. And it struck hard. Teague continued after that. He intensified. "She is the greatest. Bro, She's the greatest thing ever. I don't give a damn. She's the greatest thing ever. Fan language like that isn't casual. Just a few years into her professional career, that is a seasoned pro who's been there, placing Caitlin Clark in the same conversation as the greatest of all time. Furthermore, Teague had no intention of going viral or laughing. He spoke with sincerity. This is the same individual who, after protecting Kawhi Leonard, once claimed that he wasn't all that impressive. He doesn't give out praise lightly, you know. He's not merely predicting Caitlin's success. He claims that she will take charge. We're talking about championship banners hanging in the rafters, box scores that pop off the page, and contracts with more zeros than we've ever seen in women's basketball. He intensified. She is the greatest. Bro, she's the greatest thing ever. I don't give a damn. She's the greatest thing ever. Fan language like that isn't casual. Just a few years into her professional career, that is a seasoned pro who has been there, placing Caitlin Clark in the same conversation as the greatest of all time. Furthermore, Teague had no intention of going viral or laughing. He spoke with sincerity. This is the same individual who, after protecting Kawhi Leonard, once claimed that he wasn't all that impressive. He doesn't give out praise lightly, you know. He's not merely predicting Caitlin's success. He claims that she will take charge. We're talking about championship banners hanging in the rafters, box scores that pop off the page, and contracts with more zeros than we've ever seen in women's basketball. Wearing the number 22, Teague has the ability to glimpse into the future. It's not hype. It's a reminder of reality. The legends are speaking, warning, and keeping watch. The WNBA is on the brink of a significant event. If it is handled properly, Caitlin Clark has the potential to lead the league to unprecedented heights. If they do it incorrectly, they might never have another opportunity like this. There is no ordinary former NBA player like Michael Thompson. He is the father of Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters in basketball history and a two-time champion. On the floor, in the locker rooms, and even in the backstage corridors where basketball greats silently pass one another prior to games, he was surrounded by basketball royalty for the most of his life. So, it's important to listen carefully when Michael Thompson tells a story concerning Caitlin Clark. He recalled an incident that affected him profoundly, something far more intimate than a game highlight or a championship memory. He claimed that I didn't give a damn about anything else when I was in Indianapolis. This is all I can recall from the journey. Caitlin Clark walks straight by me as I exit Gainbridge Fieldhouse via the loading dock. What did he do? Nothing. He stopped. He didn't greet me. He was unable to speak at all. She was there. My son Klay is not my favorite basketball player. I was also unable to speak. This is the same man who played alongside Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. In front of them, he didn't choke. Caitlin Clark, however, she made him unable to speak. That is awe, not only admiration. For the simple reason that Michael isn't responding to another gifted athlete. He is responding to a phenomena, a change in culture, and something so potent that it makes a man who has played basketball for decades forget how to speak. Caitlin is more than just a WNBA player. She is changing it. She is crafting memories that will last a lifetime. Furthermore, it's not simply hype when a man who cultivated a generational talent like Klay Thompson declares her his favorite player. That's confirmation. Caitlin Clark has done more than just enter the discussion about basketball. She is broken on all levels. She is admired by both male and female athletes. She has fans. She is revered by legends. Just when you thought the compliments couldn't get any more heartfelt, Magic Johnson, Robert Horry, and Pierce all lend their support to Caitlin. What did they say about her, then? Let's examine it more closely. Robert, Pierce, and Magic on Caitlin Clark. Magic Johnson is aware of the requirements to lead a league. He acted amid a period of intense pressure, constant attention, with millions of people watching every action. Magic isn't merely offering praise when he speaks of Caitlin Clark. He's providing context. Magic stated that she is currently the most well-liked player in the WNBA. She's hardly the best, though. Not quite yet. And that's all right. When we first started, neither Larry Bird nor I were the best. Over time, we had to establish our worth. Caitlyn must follow suit. Although that may come off as criticism, Magic Johnson views it as the highest compliment. He claims that Caitlyn is currently following in the footsteps of real legends like Bird and himself. She is no longer subject to disparate standards of evaluation. She is being held to the same standards as the best players in history. The most thrilling aspect is that Magic doesn't have any doubts about her. He's supporting her. "You've already got the attention," he says. "Now ascend to the summit. Accept the crown." However, not all legends about Caitlyn's ascent were as serene and collected. What many fans have been thinking in private was expressed aloud by one Hall of Famer. They are more than just interested in seeing Caitlyn Clark thrive. They want to watch her take on the greatest, challenge the established players, and inject passion into the game. Talking for the sake of talking is not Robert Horry's style. When he does finally speak, his remarks are silent, straightforward, and unavoidable, like precisely guided rockets. Therefore, Horry didn't skirt the issue when Shaquille O'Neal said that Caitlyn Clark need to wait her time. In one ecstatic sentence, he exploded the idea. He said, "I love Caitlyn Clark, but she needs to wait her turn." He intensified, "She is the greatest. Bro, she's the greatest thing ever. I don't give a damn. She's the greatest thing ever." Fan language like that isn't casual. Just a few years into her professional career, that is a seasoned pro who has been there, placing Caitlyn Clark in the same conversation as the greatest of all time. Furthermore, Teague had no intention of going viral or laughing. He spoke with sincerity. This is the same individual who, after protecting Kawhi Leonard, once claimed that he wasn't all that impressive. He doesn't give out praise lightly, you know. He's not merely predicting Caitlyn's success. He claims that she will take charge. We're talking about championship banners hanging in the rafters, box scores that pop off the page, and contracts with more zeros than we've ever seen in women's basketball. Wearing the number 22, Teague